Part 1 of Japanese Prince by John Gould Fletcher. Read by John N. Daly. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Part 1. Lovers embracing. Force and yielding meet together. An attack is half repulsed. Shafts of broken sunlight dissolving. Convolutions of torpid cloud. End poem. A picnic under the cherry trees. The boat drifts to rest under the outward spraying branches. There's faint sound of quavering strings, the reedy murmurs of a flute, the soft sigh of the wind through silken garments. All these are mingled with the breeze that drifts away, filled with thin petals of cherry blossom, like tinkling laughter dancing away in sunlight. End of poem. Court lady standing under cherry tree. She is an iris, dark purple, pale rose, under the gnarled boughs that shatter their stars of bloom. She waves delicately with the movement of the tree. Of what is she dreaming? Of long nights lit with orange lanterns, of wine cups and compliments and kisses of the two-sword men, and of dawn when weary sleepers lie outstretched on the mats of the palace, and of the iris stalk that is broken in the fountain. End of poem. Court lady standing under a plum tree. Autumn winds roll through the dry leaves on her garments. Autumn birds shiver athwart star-hung skies. Under the blossoming plum tree she expresses the pilgrimage of gray souls passing, athwart love's scarlet maples to the ash-strewn summit of death. End of poem. A beautiful woman. Iris amid clouds must be her name. Tall and lonely is the mountain iris, cold and distant. She has never known longing. Many have died for love of her. End of poem. A reading. And the prince came to the craggy rock, but saw only hissing waves, so he rested all day amid them. He listens idly, he is content with her voice. He dreams it is the murmur of distant wave caps breaking upon the painted screen. End of poem. An actor as a dancing girl. The peony dancer swirls orange folds of dusty robes through the summer. They are spotted with thunder showers, falling upon the crimson petals. Heavy blooms breaking and spilling fiery cups drowsily. End of poem. Josen no Miya. She is a fierce kitten, leaping in sunlight towards the swaying boughs. She is a gust of wind, bending in parallel curves the boughs of the willow tree. End poem. An Oiran and her camuso. Gilded hummingbirds are whizzing through the palace garden, deceived by the jade petals of the emperor's jewel trees. End poem. Two ways of love. The wind half blows her robes that subside listlessly as swaying pines. The wind tosses hers in circles that recoil upon themselves. How should I love, as the swaying or tossing wind? End poem. Kurenaiye, or Red Picture. She glances expectantly through the pine avenue to the cherry tree summit where her lover will appear. Faint rose anticipation colors her, and sunset. She is a cherry tree that has taken long to bloom. End of poem. A woman standing by a gate with an umbrella. Late summer changes to autumn. Chrysanthemums are scattered behind the palings. Gold and vermilion in the afternoon. I wait here dreaming of vermilion sunsets. In my heart is a half fear of the chill autumn rain. End of poem. Scene from a drama. The daimyo and the courtesan complement each other. He invites her to walk out through the maples. She half refuses, hiding fear in her heart. Far in the shadows, the daimyo's attendant waits, nervously fingering his sword. End of poem. A woman in winter costume. She is like the great rains that fall over the earth in wintertime. Wave on wave, her heavy robes collapse in green torrents lashed with slaty foam. Downward, the sun strikes amid them and enkindles a lone flower, a violet iris, standing yet in seething pools of gray. End of poem. A peddler. Gaily he offers packets of merchandise. He is a harlequin of illusions. His nimble features skip into smiles like rainbows, cheating the villagers. But in his heart, all the while is another knowledge, the sorrow of the bleakness of the long, wet winter night. End of poem. Kiyonobu and Kiyomasu contrasted. One life is a long summer. Tall hollyhocks stand proud upon its paths. Little yellow waves of sunlight bring scarlet butterflies. Another life is a brief autumn. Fierce storm rack scrawled with lightning passed over it, leaving the naked bleeding earth stabbed with the swords of the rain. End of poem. An actor. He plots, for he is angry. He sneers, for he is bold. He clenches his fist like a twisted snake, coiling itself, preparing to raise its head above the long grasses of the plain. End of Part 1 of Japanese Prince by John Gould Fletcher.